Hello and welcome to finding out a little bit more about brain spotting. Brain spotting is a fantastic therapy for trauma, anger, anxiety related issues and unexpressed emotions that you really still feel inside you. So if you have an issue or you remember something that you think, oh, I hate it when I think about when whatever happened, and you feel it in your stomach, that very often means it's unresolved. And when I say unresolved, the emotion and the memory has not been processed through the brain properly. So, for example, say you're suffering from PTSD from a car crash. The reason you're suffering from PTSD is because the accident was too much for the brain to be processed properly. It's become stuck. So therefore, that the body still thinks that the accident is still happening to both the brain and the body, hence the activation you feel constantly. But what we want is for that memory, that traumatic event, to be passed through the brain so that it sees it as the past, because when everything is in the past, then the body can deal with the present. And with brain spotting, we want these memories to be date stamped as the past. So right now, as you're listening to this audio, as I'm talking to you, what I'm saying is going click, 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 past, date stamped, click, 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 past, date stamped, all very neatly, all very tidily. And so when somebody comes to see me, we just have to talk a little bit about the issue, just a few minutes, which is great because we don't necessarily always want to talk about our issue, but we need to talk briefly just to activate the body a little. And when you talk about it, you may feel it in your stomach, your chest area or throat. And using this brain spotting stick here, I very slowly move it across the screen and your eyes will track this point. Somewhere in this space, you will become more activated. And most people will just say, there, and I literally stop. And now, because your eyes are attached to your brain, we know that when you become activated to the spot, that is your brain spot. We've located the trauma capsule in your brain that has not processed the event properly. And by staring into this tip of the pointer for about 45 minutes, the brain starts to organically just go where it needs to go. It processes the information that you're thinking about. And I've got lots of tools to quieten the activation down if needed. And importantly, during this time, that emotion that you're holding on to needs to come out because trauma stuck inside of us just makes us carry the heavy burden or we feel on edge all the time. And what we want is for the emotion to come out. And this comes out in all sorts of forms, like with coughing, sneezing, and you can sometimes literally feel the emotion moving up. And that's exactly what we want. We want the emotion out. And we want that event to become time stamped. So that it's just like opening a filing cabinet door. You open it up and everything becomes date stamped, all alphabetically ordered, and we just close the cabinet door and it's all in the past. And the brain will keep processing for about another 3 days after your session, which is amazing. So briefly, that's what brain spotting is. I find it very, very gentle. I find it really organic. And I know a lot of therapists who do both EMDR and brain spotting. They've all said to me that they much prefer to use brain spotting because of its gentleness, but it's equally as effective. And I've got to say that I'm thrilled that I did the training and now I'm able to use this with my clients. So hopefully that's explained to you a little bit more about what brain spotting is.